Abi unya akoko.
No nya.
No nya.
Oberry.
Oye ne dey.
Oberry. Aye.
Yem fan chef frame mu modern.
Debbie.
Eh. No, mo say na man for a rain nkoko no. Na nkompezo mo ye nkoko ne dey.
And this minister, I'm telling you, some are wicked. Some of the ministers, I'm telling you. What was a baby election? Election, baby, so could you want to get a money be moved? Election, Muntaka and the Boadu. One day, one full platform, you are going to be a man in Tia, we are the same. I do bet my account say Ghana for 1,300 among your ace. 6 million or 5 million. Come on, Boadu.
To me, was also in Tachika. To me, also say Kwame Pepra. Wound to me, also seen Victor Salome. Now they want to me a year and sassy. The why years your Samra boy Tano Nimiri and no crack case in so I shall say. Prepare for more years for Chairman Wood to me.
This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
I bind the Muntaka. And to ye and she be a possible. I can't get individual be a binyabi.
Okay.
And from one bonny pay. Okay. And some of the ministers are performing serious. Maybe I meet me to work a Greek minister and as a baby, sir. What you say? Oh, one would do about yes. Ministers be a Juma Greek minister or ye Juma Manabroso.
Honorable Doctor.
I'm telling Kukon getting to send a minority leader. No can be Biafra home. Who said do baby no way and penny for. As we who the one becomes them. What the parliament, let's say, and some own win him. Tiada now be mischief now be saying him. What was it? There you won't getting issues so we. And Kukona, the bar say, almost 10, 1500 near the Addison for. But being your car say, we've been calling and Kukon getting kitty. Your money 50 pieces, we are best sorry a day. At the Moon Scabra by no. There be behind us, the main thing is, and Kukon getting kitty idea, Yadia Bano, Nipano. We yearness or more a year, Sama 50 at least you can bear a 5 year. The Akano tongue. Now, how would you drown nice so? I could Fabium next a Janana will be much.
Okay, engineer, yes, woman, yes, Uncle Cornell, no first can
be Bias any baby. Okay, my majority leader, minority leader episode just say, or more bomb my neck because I'm saying or my Mukumu. What am I say? Okay. Now, if I know what's so being from Conky, we are on from whose camera by no. A bunny is so sissy. So, as I grant, be beside the amount, it is so sissy, no out in there, the above bra. Okay. What was she share about comedy by say, oh, share and or more Omukruma Fimua. Yes. What am I say? A crafono. No, I shall crafono minia. A choir, your mom cages in the other day. The dual crafono, a young cocono, and fena broso.
I say, Cocono say, one year, no, now I also buried the one. What do you want, bro? Because I buy the Ababa so was show my capital be a Gilaso and the Tumpon or Brabum. It is the Americans and your papa cost 1 year than 2 a minority leader. Now, Babontina because or more cost of financial what to the state? Which state? And if on the castle, you're more big 50, 100, no cocoa, via or farm rabbi. Okay, baby, to the Americans, yet one minister, and she papa to near my year, and near my say a queer phone, yes, or Biazaka, or the more beer will be a minimum via some catcher, a Juma for Baku and Cocoa. A new tremanto. A new tremanto. No, when you know, Brusso. 1 month, 2 weeks, or when you know, I can see it, which me told money. I could say, told me 300, 250, 400. It depends what here. What am I saying? Sound near with me, Yana water. If come fear, be a miss the last time no come was and go come a year, a crown. While share me ton yak, scab bam, say, my summer be beyond me, be a muco. I beg a cramming needy as I can say, a day. And you was your poetry, I don't know. Madam, I answer no money walking into issues in the bay. Oh, sir. When I me fancy me, Yari. And I'm doing Musabi, but the 10 Muslims and my young time, but to take East and my young, but to take Christmas to all the time, but to take occasions a woman, 2 months, and I'm yes, say, Mamusa, no, met my je, I'm on what Thomas, and I bind the so make sure say, who's some of us was in it. Okay. And tell them I only one once was in it. Now you're minority leader, much one, Madame Yamu complaining, there be a Muslimuniska, I don't know Munyabi. Opposition for Munyabi. Me percent me and could be Sunday, me Baba Besra, my brother, I'm never sure where it's here. A cabian. Mama back watches, Mama, they will see for more. What Johanna, wow, any budget, number one, but ocean is so to give one more any budget. I don't know where being here. Now to one now, and so back encourage your opposition for no more position. So because nobody bear for 10 years opposition, and to encourage you, 40 years opposition, and no crown put the artist one moment.
aba we yema momra omo ba ne ke afa he
me da se
obin ponzo ka sem papa kedu wa to anu me anya kura anya ntisa nkofo we die bio
Charles Akwaba
me je osubunia
bibi aboko
nyankopon ye na famu de aka ne nipa be ya bo nipa nanka mo wansem ka say emergency bi ba ye misa wo onye nkoko a uwia wo de ye de
so we
ana man kam visa ye di chef frame mu di bodan ana abi onye akoko
no nyia
obewe oye ne den obewe
ai
ye mfa chef frame mu modan
dabi
no mo si na man for rain nkoko no na ngom bezo mo ye nkoko ne den mentias you but ka hubi na
manaso
okay I say I budget finance minister
sure OTS mo ho
so we mere ni hey mere ni so we
yanko
matisa man for kase abanya spending me fi
sika wo do a finance abo boss nyina
na what is afenyo market kan o si otua NDC 4p and oba so momo na baso what I say you paid your party people and you have come for us to praise you. What it means is that uncle tua mo
eni nka ye
tua mo de be
this are not that was what he said. That was in his concluding remark. You see, but yenya masui your budget for the whole year 12 months no 302.5 billion Ghana cedis. And you see a bidding authorized amount and can see spending
on afewe
the full January to December a year 302.5 billion.
Okay.
And now you spend 143.7 billion.
It's in half of
up to June. It's a 50%. We are short by 2.5.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Say, Opa Pama Wiska. Now, this is canning now. Now, we didn't be car. I see a boy about you see a do attempts one Nisicanin now.
Oh, was it your boy about to say when this
a prudent management.
Okay.
Which means that you are disciplined. What is it?
Okay.
A positive control of situations. And you know, abrabia chairman and Kayakoyi, or the supplementary budget na echo. Or request it. Do this a minister cars you ba my bay. Mama said me babe sell Quenya na Makobobusia.
Okay.
And my mama said me babe bisasika now give me additional money. Because namu approvals are year no. Authorization a year no krano. Yentime ndimu half. We have 6 months to go.
Sure.
To December.
Sure.
What I say.
Sure.
And you know, there were about 52% of the total money available to be used for the intino. Okase one spend they are not maintains you. If you are not bibi or baby are not entias here. This are phenomenon but spending now no more case one spending as here. Because I buy spend there. What do you mean by one spending? Because a whole year and a half of the year and why 43.7 billion
Ghana cedis.
instead of saying Kobe pass 150 billion why 143.7 billion, just 2.5 short of what you were supposed to spend. The two bad guys say one spend here, it means that on tiers here it will form kakra.
Okay.
Okay. Inflation is saying. What is it? What is the situation of inflation? It's about 3.5.
Yeah.
5.3.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yam fan to a baby term. Then a net here. You share your currency, CD stability, no. A CD to dollar, no. It is saying. And then dollar who nya kono. And then dollar who nya kono. First, nanka man for this CD, sir. Omuko per dollar to atuho. And no $2 to our boka. Uko $2 ne adibete uko ne swati abafum. Maybe a tremu Russia Ukraine hu ne siye me wa
Yes.
ebe ye problem e wo man we problem bia na ye wo yire nyem kura na ye Russia Ukraine untimi mfa wo yire Russia Ukraine untimi ndidi Russia Ukraine ena ne ye ti ho ye Russia Ukraine da so omu omu da so extend bombs me wa
to kwa na go so koso
to kwa na koso ena American Iran Israel dey we
abebum
and so abebum still the government is trying hard to keep fuel prices, at reasonable cost. I'll be a bit me to be. Ye nya shortage that. I say, na the na could do $100 per bag. Ye nya shortage in abundance of fuel and whatever. Yes, so the government is doing well.
Okay.
But template or MUDSR review, I have issues. For instance, at the one in 2025 near Chum. We are in 2026. Yembo Brown Quenim. We should stop going back. 2025 in the way. This is a new year. 11 does not come in here at all. The for me,
but just me back so under the previous administration.
See, anything I had to
me fact question if you all these news and taxes never one of more Ghana for
yeah.
NDC buy said okay last year crown no year.
1 year free
my year free ho.
You do flower ma.
But o share
ya bone some mouth.
Yes. So why ya say free ho.
Yes.
So o share sika na e-levy dima emission betting tax and even COVID-19 dima a wo my year free ho and still said the economy no this NDC government have Dr. Atofos and Air Finance Minister Ashishen no news say NDC for ayade when it comes to managing our finances.
And no dear, this a wa won kanokre. They be a wa won ya be for your meeting, and I'll be kase about where money home, but when it comes to the economy of this country.
But the minority,
who from saying
minority?
Well, what is their duty? Omaduma is saying Aduma so muye and it's a mubeye dede. I bind the bar no work cassette.
That's their job.
That is their job. Now who's a demonstration? No, now saying one who go for.
Yes.
Aduma Uncle Parliament then obey. Government business only the numbers on to me farm frame emergency parliamentary.
Even if sir Adiano Adia Babe Boagana for Crown, because they are minority, they have to kick against.
Exactly. This is no philosophy. The phenomenon led minority no or philosophy no. Say bibia bambe ye bia no. Ye mbongu. Bibia bambe ye bia yen ka bibi born in found. Say obehu so ma story so mo ye critical debate, issue based debate one be. For instance, for your friend tribunals will be low mudia bay. No, so mo pia be ye press conference a chere section by section.
The entire
there's nothing like that. Emotional, throwing tantrums, blowing hot air. This is the kind of minority I will not issue based because the normal no yeah, I say okay. That's the issue. That is why they are crying. It was or budget don't represent. It is full of what English, and less payment. Because I bring a chairman. This can manage maybe the big F so you want this government to toe the same what lane. What I say, and I won't be big in car. And Kaoma Basika, no, this can be car. Within attempt. What I say? What my Basika, so Sika we dinner for 6 months. Or buy or say that scout dear mamma, a beer cow. We see that Unimisicadi.
Okay, your budget in
a prima for minority, a prima for. I say,
okay, in conclusion, no,
got told of Kuno now, no, my party, we want your party, they be a canoe.
In conclusion, you are satisfied so far with the presentation of the.
I mean, especially the me pro say Okokaze. There's some $300 million be about or upgrade schools.
Yes.
150 secondary vocational technical schools are 10 new ones or Messi.
Okay.
They will upgrade 20 category C to category B. No more upgrade the 30 category B to category A. I think that I like some of these things. Yeah, now your schools work category B, you know. My expertise way. Yeah, di be ba A because boy my senior high or just kind there. Ama A education minister meaning the
no problem
because the whole region any category B school so who lift one from each region now you cannot go past my boy mine no boy mine senior high school was just Kofi Adams Boadu Adams for
me that who is the budget on can right yes me dear nina na manage ho baby na mani nye ho ba ko yes can see ko work up FIFA would come at $2.5 million see am fanya preparation emra
yes
and what am I if fear could do also no your hotel ye be FIFA and 5 bia unless the days I will be film no we start spending some days and umpono se FIFA the 11 million as akana brewa and what it is any money in a film but na me hwe we no me am finance minister say one is 58 million Ghana cedis and the man me pembu say sanye bia say sika no omre koye dey FIFA ne ma car FIFA ne ma hotel FIFA ne ma duane FIFA ne ma bibia it is sika 58 million Ghana cedis no e dey na de koye because emre bi atwam ne say simasimu ye enye and na other no benti ye the same thing am akobro so
I think sports minister or Honorable Kofi Adams or Ntino sir question was
only Ghana or Glasgow.
So Obeba.
This question. The fund budget you Obeba kra no. Be e call a film Emreka kraba. Can so the expenses e yin na dia ba. Ye be ko work up no so no. Wonim say omo fa supporters enko. E ma mo frɛ ankra. E ma nkrofo do musika ba. KG $10 million na ba ye. Ibrahim Mahama. Me am niam bibia. One so the 5 million and send a for individual tier. And the some say can do say na mo pe. Catch some mo pe be say $35 million. Omu nya be 30. And no so unim Ghana and Colombia match no. Unim so mo amfa ni pampa anko stadium. Ghana Colombia ni pampa nwram.
Obi ankwa na so ma match.
Wo de ko pe match no biem Ghana ni bia no stadium nim. Omu amate obi a take it. And one first second one no more nipa kakra and kra nyo mo e do mo call you and krofo kakra no mo outside no omo no mo TikTok mo call inside it is sika no ye gigi ankra sika no ye ntimi en me akonta ye nya hu bibia ye wie no amanu obia twen se Kofi Adams ye obia ba de sanka do call the calculation bre am ye hu scan de akaba bia ni nyina da ni akoma to ye
58 million Ghana cedis
enya no first one na ankra de ba ye no
okay
and no more fan kwehwe o more fan ye bibia and ye ni ba bia scanning na wo enne me no kasen ke ye film na komba na koma kire ye call ye de simasiko ye pa se ne call ye ni ye hu sampa na so mo bo
honorable ni Ghana bia no
for when up to when
I was sorry bet
up to when and before be say scan no enye na individuals kan nya na ne de be ma winning bonus na de o and o man na be kita for eno it ye wie ball na a minor na show mo trio bia pedium ni bibia mo players na say na make no it is scan na only supporters one for supporters and go say scan we ye wie enfanto nche and no finance minister ba betra podium so betra simpie so e ka che Ghana for say ye the 58 million Ghana cedis and ye the man sports minister or the could be ade 3 days 4 days dia no de ko ye enura akufado minister yabani yabasa okay yabani yaba minister no sports one okoye niema troka ba mo sesa no do okoye the same thing niema troka wo sesa ba enu so ba niema ye FIFA na ye bibia one ton duane one high die one ye bibia
so now GFA omo form expenses in metro
GFA expenses be the GFA so ye
and sports ministry
omo sports ministry omo wonim say dipa bia be so ball kro no a wo chance mo ba beka we push baby bebredi okay all African games
yes
if normal target paper here na saying all African game krono mo boy any sika mo di ye enya de ketwa akufo adoma mu no krofo na mo tese no e no man de batro ka abai mo pese no hompo o mampani che bo so ba sa de ye be hwehwem University of Ghana who there no mercy hostess and how use here e be air condition on the boom which amount the toast dollars anya de ketwa on says can say pasa at the end of that ministry there a drum mrena see sabi ya dia ye twa agirambo de to sa ye ya dia man ye taisa ye ya dia ya nwene ho sa obrepon et minister bia be ko ministry bia e be ko tournament aba no wo be budget ani nipa so adam ko abrocha nko na ko abroche no abroche obi anko bi take ba ko e ton sen $140 no e ye da fe dem edu ba bi po that sabiam se be me nan fofo de omko nyina no nyina na mo ton mo $450 $50 per ticket. I'm telling you, we will be on phone so I'm pay me for wedding in that amount. Na no makati be yi bi kire wo. Ya no omo susu kokoto mo dia mo de koy na mo say twa mo ton ma mo. E no mo ba yo mo nyina ye din wo ko ba ni nyina obi azo so be ka asem no mo nka ba ya ye de enim de be ka ho asem ma.
O se dream ni kata se bi akoso
World Cup mama na bro so. Me say abai we o mampani yesre no ne nkrofo no am appointment ni bi wan hwe obedi omo hwamo wan hwe obedi ni hwamo because ye do obi ti ade na no no omo yiska omo ko ne ska ne basasa na ne ma basasa wo gire ho won ti ase work up betima chem ha no mo sanchwe fam mo say na ko obi obi a radio station minim zafle NDC radio station obi ani okobi na mo kura mo anya bi anko ne yatifie ni benya bi akọ ho na mo de ne koye mutra tse mukutwa na munimu saa na mudi Ghana din bi Kofi Adams tuwe so no de di ko gina bonti sam de sesesa onya $200 why you so Ghana di afa president aka ho ama president na nimo nyama ba ama corporate body discover say term mo amfa nipa anko ba bia na wonu say abana yebeto the next 2028 no saa de we nyina campaign to so wonu saa fa nipa 1000 ko ni 600 nyane 400 mra why win election
Komumfa nipa nkono.
Na Canada asase wo wi acheke asase da Canada. Omo pe nipa duane emu nya bi. Na ati kromo ayede akufado tibi ayi kata mpo he kro papa ni. Kufado so ankrofo kwe be 1000 2000 habiba omo kan na ka ho. Omo hwe omo busuafo omo ye typical NPP. Omo duro NPP ho. Etu anya disakwanya. Ade na odon fa bi nko. We unya 3 countries. Ayi na enya US na omo so omo nya. Mexico enya kra eche Ghana.
Mexico.
Me say obroniska bia no ebu ni kwase o se san hanu kakra enya kra de wo de fa $1 o se sen en na kra wawu krampo almost 1002 asa be fa ko be card cedi mako 1002 ya mako 12 ena wo kai eno de ba ko pe no wo de enya so at the end of the day Canada and the whole free onkofo ntu do mu wura mu ho no ma wo kwa mo mra so message sa on ga jobi so bi nwane na so wadrin nya dwuma na obefi akodu Canada wusi ona se property kokori de na be sa ba o mai bia se na se wa
say news e fi Canada ni ade ba na dwuma kura ho aye
enya no kura sa na obi ati kwa ba won to obusuam mi am junior sister what Ghana na otonton ni agrada na ton fo so kantamanto ompo anom da container onya Switzerland ko e obe japade ba ko mienu miensen na woni obra hanom de obi aba won timnam se wo kura na se proper na nam kantamanto what man ko Switzerland aye nipa ne obi abrochire bi ampese ni nua be na bibi ni nipa
are you encouraging the youth to say wo munya abrochire wo mon kwa na
try we dey opata ya no bi de enya de be ko because ya no ekure ya ni mpanifo ni nyatwitwi bom na wo fam a wo cameraman wo gisa mani mo gisa na ma yire me hodo me di wa ko Canada na US na UK wo se wo nko wo tikure mu ye dai obroniska ye didi agro bibi sika bon ntuma no a wonya obroniska ko fie da ko che pilase enye fi bo nya Ghana sika wo de bon ntuma no wasema na wo ka no wonya brochire na ote ha sa wo nko ti advantage ye nya ye ya se no party ni advantage mienu on ba mienu two advantage na wonya esa party ndi hye no hun crime ayi interior ministry Muntaka ne ho say recruitment basa to ne obi anim ni faith ene no aka ene gira honom what man say ene we work up by ti we yade out be boost o manfo ne nyankopon da ro enya corporate body sika yemfa nkrofon kọ ya ade na wo hwehwe abai the paper to super ye do Canada embassy pe simple ye be ma visa ade nti ne agya ning na ne agya Ghana for bre nim nkrofon mo kọ ya na fofo mo kọ obi a om kọ ya mo na kotua ekoto mo take it ya mo it obre mpomi busa anya bia ye ba betetam say ye
Canadian embassy wo de beto wo so mo pen crofo email address ne ade na mo ticket na mo akwa hwe Ghana matches on mebo no be free
na nkadia na ɛhyɛ senti saa de wonya hu saa de na ɛsɛ ba wo ma TV so ma sisamrante nko na mo ntɔ mo obi ti machi konso achi saa da ba na obi so be so ye be ma no bibi kakra enti wa ko kakra bi paw na obi si dai kakra bi na oba be japade enti ada na for advantage na oni bibi wo de kwadwo ye bo akodu Canada sesia kwadwo ye bo abusuafo ni nyina o mo ada na NDC for mo Ghana ni nyina because bi be bia me nsem ma na ba fom ho na me adme mane wo me jama de se me ti akra hey se me ti da mo obi asante fi yasa na se brown Kenya ase obempomintimi so at the end of the day wunya opportunity wa ba mu a Kofi Adams the Boadu party ni hwamo Boadu party ni hwamo papa I'm telling you odi organizer na Kofi abehagino wa ma ya de ministry ya de mani wasa de di party ni hwamo to because we former organizer wo ba nwanwa organizer de meka sa de pa Samia Oku NDC NPP Samia Oku and what the young minister of youth and sports and emre so ya kan pipi ni bia ni gan e okromu a emre ne so na mo ese obuti beto abon beto party ni yes kan be boa mo ya gigiska wotima se omo na ka so mo ntuatua no mtuatua kakra bi okabo mo bebre ne de campaign ade ne mo jai ne nipa ba ko take decisions a emoa na wo hwe nkrofobia no mo ka ne ho lady yi mi pa be bo lady din sa lady ya wa wuni mo no when they take decision ama ministry no ama minister sa lady way yet cry politics and na ha e wole Kofi and sports for nyina person beka because obi asi bi obenya wo say e ma bebo wake up
okay
e ma bebo wake up e ho no oba be hwe obi ho no na ko ho no this is Bobo Africa Cup na be hwe obi ana TVS was a Brahma Bray wo wi ano akọ other station na da bia wo mkogu no nipa 15 and mo fa om do mko e NDC bo ne wono abo ne ho abro so on baby am say what so on go for no nipa mako 15 list of the free minutes om the mom dom coin no TVS was it off radio good off Accra FM off ahun to put the bobo na ntimba ya djuma sa mo dan caterpillar mo ya djuma ni wi opportunity ba mo nkobi te ye kra na mo de build boys receive sanya kra do akọ US ba akọ ba e wo mo betima sa akọ no aba okọ third one o ma biem no nso akọ ye nipa what am say ebe man sika sem na busu obetima build busu na mabusu na enya ba bia gina ne nyina echa de ho dede you ba beteta sa niema we hu sa amata well and this means I'm telling you some are wicked some of the ministers I'm telling you obi on no to kwaya obetima fa Kevin afa we nipa be for akane ho mo me anko no wono kwa wa force kwa bi on ne wono ane ne krofo ne beko mo to say ba be election bi mu election e ba be so no kodwo e bo antinya san kwasa adwuma ne bi mu mumme de krofo for ne krofo to take over no mutimi nya niema ne yakọ bre ya hu say ye collection Muntaka se ne buafu one day one full platform bi anko ba bia ye wi ane ma ne ntia wi ane se bia mutabe nya ade obetima be kan se Ghana for 1300 mo ya ace 6 million so 5 million o mo bodam eno fa no wetim na ye de obi het ba bonte without am fan ko to machi mu ye de ka kira mu se mo de mo ntra mo ya busuafo ne dam saa no mo ni 230 o mo be hu be nya vote
we still know that there is still a distance between recovery and a relief at the kitchen table. But we also know this, Mr. Speaker, your sacrifice was not in vain. It secures something priceless, a firm foundation for our dear country. And on that foundation, we will build the Ghana we want. Mr. Speaker, to every Ghanaian who endured, to the market woman in Kejitia, the farmer in Busunu, the teacher in Wa, the still searching for the opportunity they deserve, I say, on behalf of His Excellency President Mahama, thank you. Your sacrifice is the reason Ghana is standing today. Your future is the reason we refuse to stop here.
Dr. Kesel Atoforsen, Omain Futisanfo, and our finance minister, and another the media budget review, no, what they call Mrashebedum. Now, a near man who do a banyi, a fear way, 6 months, 6 to 7 months, my year, Munisika, who do a woman to your born nurses allowance, so Betty paid, or both teachers paid, or bought a hat paid, near man free SHS, and we are near my friend Betty paid. Bibi biara a ban abomode etoto enema hodo ahwe se wo man na ho ode be ko so agina se obehwa in the year 2024 ahead of the general elections and now yet to a baby crown. Now on my inflation at 23.8%. Remember in 2023-2022 now Ghana had the highest inflation ever in the history of the Fourth Republic under the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and Ken Ofori-Atta Sabri were Ghana area free Ghana in America. Se Kroma own CBO. Ghana had the highest inflation ever. Ne being sida. And until now koto garia. Ubetu ne free ono. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Near yato adiano so. So koto a mobaga. Within 1 hour I'll be back no near the 50 cities, 40 cities at 2 amount. Now on mine any yibia standing beer what the so. Just 2-3 years ago, when you bought to the sense and near call the bond market, no be any person of Ghana business you. And unti another Akufo-Addo, a large Baumiani Ken Ofori-Atta, one of the Omanichi Ghana back. Now, and the one in Cocracy car, no more their top bond war a binding war. One of the year investment at Hoodwa, and come over enjoy and for so was no. Ken and I Ofori-Atta, no, your finance minister, say we're easy, says Sikano. If it's a time, no more Bobesia action where we are seeing Nama will be a best of a moment. I'm almost saying time. And yet, when my Ghana they call IMF for the 17th time. Say, woman is Kabiada baby. It is IMF Mawamo, a bailout of about $3 billion. No Christ can you boom. Nemo Yama be a bear for 5 months. Near bear review. Near saying release bear $360 million the amount. Muya near bear review at the harsh conditionalities about Ghana for so under the MPP. But and they abayi by and insist say power de good kwem. Now what shall say? What be BIA stabilize. Na mine economy na ejina na so ye sika sem ejina brane na enkoye say and then my $6 11 Ghana city per $1 adechi e was say 12 and 13. No, it doesn't happen that way. Enti no ne ekwanya aban we afaso na wo bo wo manyi bra. Now the finance minister Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen esan say or say Ghana for nyina bo say the economic gains, the economic stability our mind Ghana etimi achieve under the NDC no was show mo say there is no way your friend is saying Ghana be go back to the emergency room with our economy and no the nya dia ebesibio enti anu da ya wo manyi sika 6-7 months ni aye aban ebetena ase ne wayi su sika ede aye no ana okom na hyebedwam a okobo ho dawuro na Ghana ni wiase nyina hunu kwan a aban abomoden asesa niema se see amene we dey say inflation 5.3%. Wabra 2024 ye to abawie no even up to 2025 no na ye 23.8%. Aban yi niema pa wode agu won hyehyɛ pa wa ye nche na inflation ababedadin. Ebaya bedu 3.2%. And asin ababegina 5.3, and it still shows how stable our economy na ye the key performance indicators ni nyina so bibia eye adwuma de KPIs. E kire se woto aba de ma ban pa wom wonim de fa mamuo ho a eye resources bi sei na abehunu. Na enkoye se me party nie enti aba no chenchine che wo se me kotokwa ha. I have said this and I will continue to repeat it, retract it anytime I have this chance to do it. Say, the NDC for your mind Ghana Sesiano, a modern boy one more bo, fire sika semho, but administrative works from the presidency to the ministries to CEOs to MDs, everybody said the Omampeni John Dramani Mahama, Eddie Sembia to wash say, wa ubebu sa semno sono. Wasobe yesi to be a man in the hall, no yajuma from Wagana for no way near. Now, some day and some pa, a cowodwa MPP Jato wa, NDC Abayaba wo to any nano. The finance minister, Ecuador, Wedi, Ewa Mrasebe Germano. Meno they can say, oh, yeah, pet, Anna, the minority for one more sorry, led by Alexander Afenyo Market. No, so, send me, and Boagan and Ibia. The anan kebeti mi abo my Ghana no NDC for enye ye dede ano mababa ye kire Ghana for bibia ni we wo mu a o metima ka se Ghana for enya so mfa so.
Electricity tariffs have gone up over almost 30%.
Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin ono ana ye dom kuma no ba no deni the minority leader ono ano san ye the member of parliament for the good people of Efutu and was original no shase no kasa the wabeka ni nyina the atofo se abeka nyina hwe nyina mu bibia ni mu ebetimi abeboa o man Ghana ha no sei na nkokɔ nketenkete kura e ba ye da no wo mo de aba betu dwa se nkrofo de light soup ama o ma hwe nkokɔ no kyese bibia ni ho a wono to wono any minority ni de the Dr. Kasiela atofo sen finance minister de tu dwa no e benefit wo man Ghana a o ma bebe gina ho na emomo no ya tete nkrofo MPP nkrofo de yom kɔ prison Camilla Al-Hassan ko prison Bernard Ntwibu Asiako the Ashanti regional chairman and nipa dodo na friend chairman wutumi eko prison na san nkrofo yi ana to force nkoka nche o Penny John Dramani mama say on free womo because they are political prisoners wom wo MPP nti ya tete womo a ye de omo akogu afiase no na se womo anhwe ne yie na se womo yiyi san nkrofo no a 2028 ane na NDC be ko opposition na MPP aba na womo anhwe ne yie a wuntumi ipie no na NDC fo ewuram da bia me catch you say me enke obrempon ade ba ko a ebomi ho ma brabo yi mu ewo Ghana ye wo sesi ni so and say me sorry na matter said there's a political party called the MPP me kind of credit actually ade ba ko pe a ebomi ho ma brabo mu apart from no me nsuro bibia bi ewu but say me sorry na me te political party and the MPP a na makometu say me sorry na me te nsem bi free Alexander Fenyo Markin and don't know and then the president another Dan Kwaku Fado Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and for the first time in the history of this country our finance minister Edi Adeawie no wato nwuram na osini kurom want to be maybe in the Fourth Republic ya yemfamfi Fourth Republic ra Kwame Nkrumah twa wo man yi afuruma se waje fa ahodie na wo man Ghana din nie no finance minister bia ni wa wadwane afi krom a apart from Ken Oforiatta unim bia bonidi kira me hwe eka wodo a MPP jatu krom ha it got to a time na wo man Ghana sika wonya nyina na wo se ye de be 90% etua yanka ewa abonte that is why edu baabi na nada Kwaku Fado Ken Oforiatta Bawumia se ye ni sika enti enkrofo wo mu di emerewa ne nkokora wo mu aye adwuma wie akọ pension tifie a wo mbe hia sika ne ato aduro anom na wo manye aduane adi no wo mu sika wo mu de ama aban no na wo beje mfaso no na nada Kwaku Fado ne Ken Oforiatta ne Bawumia efa asa sika no because wo ma de besia in the history of this country 8 years per ultimate the Bobisia over 600 billion Ghana cedis with nothing to show because if you go to the Ashanti region baby abiribia MPP ebedi akonwa wo krom ha no Ashanti region that is to minimum a region that gives them 1.7 million to mount the biggest position ewo krom ha ewo presidency one interchange 5 and another Kwaku Fado Alhaji Bawumia promise the people of Ashanti region one krom ntimi anye but one of the over 600 billion Ghana cedis in just 8 years, the highest ever. I see Okroma. But and they would ye and Sema Dr. Kasiela to force the come Ashabem, Ekoke Kainwa, Sikawadra Bayi Etia Adiama, a Kawadra MPP for Jaguho, and the Quayo Mato to economy ya, and you watch Alexander Fenyo Markin, who is a lawyer, a lawmaker. I watch your memoirs here, but anya na manyo kuo aneti so ntino bibi biara eye NDC be ye no da bi ye montu gu anyafe but Ghanaians are seeing the results. Ghanaians are getting the impact. Abiri bia mesese me hunu mu a na me ye ma hye every say mo kan ho bi MPP kan ho bi ana o man Ghana from Kwame Nkrumah mreso be pem na wo man yintimi ntu na ne nan ko nanim hwede na na dan Kwaku Fado betina so mfie nwotwe de oye ekuro ye sika sam ye said the ekuro ye education system the free SHS or the buy ekuro no how bad I want implement sa your first policy no and another Kwaku Fado the free SHS buy you to some of the free SHS move because na aduane ni wan kola na bedi enne kɔhwɛ nkwara no wɔn di wacha beans ti sɛ nkokromuti dɛm wɔn di nkosua mienu wɔn nom milk di rice porridge ɛne wɔn breakfast a wobɛhunu the teachers are there and awofo ATM sɛsi ani nim sɛ andanananda kwakufa do na agye sɛ wɔn sɛ ni sika ma wɔn ba wɔ school mu ansa na wɔn atumi akɔ kantin akɔtɔ aduane pɛ di wokɔto gari ɛne nkwan a free SHS ɛnɛ yi yɛnyɛ mampanin a wɔda a wɔdwene ne man ho yɛnyɛ mampanin a wɔman ne da n'akoma so 8 years President John Dramani Mahama si airport wie terminal 3 wie before 2016 obesi from no asi awie Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia the vice president say wono kwa akɔyɛ yi gate keke wo ye gate na ntimi amie da ɛne o mampanin bai no wasi wu tu kwan a obedu no why you belt why you watch why you ring why you hu ne nyina ansa na wafa security system no me ne o de kai ko Accra International Airport na kofo ni kɔhwɛ ade machines a ye de aba begu ho eti wu twam wo no ne se wu twam na machine ankasa scan ho ye hu bibi bɔne won ho a yafrɛw ne ani wadi ano but under Nana Akufo-Addo 8 good years yafa wa yi en beta yi en shoe beta yi en shoe yen ring yen watch saa ye pa banya ni suade hunu woni tim kona kɔhwɛ terminal 1 ɛyɛ domestic no kɔhwɛ under ɛyɛ Mrs. Yvonne Opare panipa wada airport ano any NDC aban asiesi ahodo a ekoso 8 years. Let's see the input of the MPP. Na saa nneɛma wei nyina ekoso 16 regions across Ghana big push ikoso ye obi akwan ama no ye omo ye Accra Kumasi expressway ɛdeɛ na mo ye wɔ kurom a Honorable Alexander Afenyomaken amuja saa ka twitwi de ni gu hɔ na ye nya aban a wo ye and still you have them come out and try say ye betum futuro de gu Ghana fo ani da bia me enke obrempom me say mekoso aka no kore no wa ha de akyerɛ wo sɛ wo ye Ghana ni wu tie me na wo befa ye nyina betena yedie mu na mom sɛ wo bu wani ekohwɛ MPP fo bio the current mpanifo ɛwɔ hɔ Alexander Afenyomaken mu a your friend is no crack den. And when he was talking, he made a statement say MPC ni kasa kra na NDC for threatening them. Say wonye bibia then obi betimi dia threatening. Say wonye bibia say the tribunal bill ya o ma sen obra sebedwom a wo me de kokoma President John Dramani Mahama no de ni sasase na ba be ye mra ana ya tete regional tribunal court e be di asem entem so ni ya jeli mo because mo wi o man no. Na yehu Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, Vice President, former Vice President and flag bearer of the MPP. Your Excellency, don't sign that bill. That bill will be signed. The tribunal bill, it will be signed. Our constitution is in the debo man yibra. Tidabia metufo. We are Ghana ni, baby a obetemenka, ube hunu mibiano. Stand against the MPP any day, any hour, any time. I ube hunu so mo contest for election. Wamo ba. Omba be cool man with the free home. The mid-year budget, Honorable Dr. Kasiel Atofos in Debetu, Janua. Ne Quamuano, no. We actually say a woman. The Abebuano or minor fan and Tima Pabi de Frano. You will chroma 8 years, you will near cost of chroma. Na more yana MPP for more can Anna, we are machiano or your political prisoner. Enti wobi biara wo ye NDC ni a serve wo kroma whether under Rollins and I say under Tamils up to John Dramani Mahama mumu jeli no are they political prisoners ebi kwada mu wa fiase Victor Solomon mu na oxygen sisi omo so chacho chikata no yare upon a year court ahodo amode de ko ya na papa we wodi nkunim bia no still now no mote fast track high court under a former president Kufuor ana mode papa yi to afiase wontumi woso so ne tachuchi kata wa ho wontumi oso se Kwame Pepra wontumi oso se ne Victor Salome Camilla Crowder mi money di because on ka ho mame NDC fo mama ma kwa afiase wo kroma dana gbodakpi penny for the list is there. Now they want to me a year and sassy. The why years your Samana boy Tano Nimiri and no crack case in so shall say. Prepare for more years for chairman want to me. Yeah, Exim Bank case in yeah, Coco road contract case no. Chairman want to me there. And yeah, easy. and MPP ni penny be asa wo MP so wo ye official and Nana Akufo-Addo any Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia memuo a wote ya se wo mra se bejam se wuti fie a wo man Ghana bibi ewo ho wo pa Tomirika Fakọ no mu hunu de omo be because per the information I made tete no mu nyina mo bedem you all go to prison mo ba we sika mo wi a yabobo so okroma through Iyoko through your friend say the Attorney General yani kroma Abdul Wahab Hanan mo kwabna Edu Buahimo give to our mensa or say sibe and still near my pay cost in Yano minimisa nya dia mo be hu da because mo sa memu say untimi mu bi da.
NDC is a political party bia we celebrate heroes not traitors.
Okay.
We celebrate nation builders not nation wreckers. And now your coach say you could see the enthusiasm enipa de bae because Professor John Evans Atamos not a nation builder.
Okay.
Not a wrecker. And then he lived a life he's a true hero, not a traitor, unlike the other side. And then America say NDC being nation builders no. For Professor John Evans Atamos, we can still remember the eliminating schools under trees.
Okay.
Because Emrebi by na Ghana has say schools are yes you know you can say drias you be in nephew. And until His Excellency John Dramani Mama even after Atamos demise no or course so obe 6 schools. And we got the other side and no more say John Mama 6 schools one room. Or 6 schools one room. By the end of the day, those schools no serve as purpose. Even to the extent to say, ebi wo hono krampo na nke wo say na nko to aso no say ehwe na say higher. So this policy of John Evans Atamos na ade bia it was for nation building. And again, me nka kra na enye single spine.
Okay.
And then another one, me nka kra na like a whole lot. And na John Evans Atamos was someone not oyasumdwe hine. What I say? And then the legacy he led, no. It is something I was said Ghana for. Very well. Yes, so
very well.
It was really an
nice one.
Yes.
So Besha, the NDC government through the constitution, after my sebedwem apasi the tribunal bill.
Okay.
Asabe no ebetimi aboa na ensema hodo e bekoso wo man state interest cases no especially yedi ama tribunal courts na wo matimi adi but the flag bearer of the MPP Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia said tribunal has memories bi won crofo adwene mu okroma enya de a eboa ebe ya nkomampani John Dramani Mahama momfa ne nsan hye sa bill na sema ne na yemra de na wo kan dia facet
people, let me first say this. Have you realized any time the minority side, anytime the minority leader stands up in parliament to speak, the whole parliament turns into a playground?
Oh,
have you realized that? Sorry na so okasa yetie bisisia or sorry na so okasa na there are tantrums everywhere because oye penyininti I won't say so oye dede but some of the things now all can even me me just 5 minutes I can debunk everything because their side of the parts the house are saying it's a tribunal system. It has memory, especially like former vice president I sent you something before coming. Can you read what I sent you? And then you see tribunal system read article 142 of the Ghana Constitution.
Yes.
And let's take it from there.
Okay.
Because NDC there, we talk with facts. We don't just talk. And the tribunal system I'm saying is say baby.
Okay, so Article 142, establishment and composition of regional tribunals and qualifications of chairmen and other panel members. 1. There shall be established in each region of Ghana such regional tribunals as the Chief Justice may determine. 2. A regional tribunal shall consist of A. The Chief Justice, B. 1 chairman, and C. Such members who may or may not be lawyers, as shall be designated by the Chief Justice to sit as panel members of regional tribunal, and such period as shall be specified, written by the Chief Justice.
It was
Yes.
You read this thing from the Constitution, right?
Yes.
So what is it that MPP almost want to say? What is it? Because tribunal system, no, Dr. Mahmood Bawumia said it has memories. Memories of what? One say Ghanaians no the Gen Zs no.
Yes.
Me am a Gen Z.
Oh, yeah.
But me say NDC pe akenkan.
Okay.
Now, Honorable Afenyomakin, I just don't get why he say, because when your papa Kufoko fast track court by, did anybody say MP?
No.
Nobody said anything. When the fast track court went ahead to jail Chachichikata, did anybody say anything? No. Nobody said anything. Into say undi boni because the tribunal system no. And yes, say be our point who ade be chen kokoko ade say ye do ko tribunal without say why ye bibi. And then I can say it for myself. Said the tribunal system it is going to hold some of them accountable. And let me educate Ghanaians. Let me use my few time to educate Ghanaians in case they don't know what the tribunal system is.
Okay.
The tribunal system, enya debia, I'm saying it again, enya debia kwa kofa free baby. And then one, let me use Honorable Afenyomakin because Onanana, he was in parliament and he represented the minority.
Okay.
For example, before Sebeto Aba, the oral, at the some findings be by say, a year Honorable Afenyomakin as the EC board chair, containers be ira.
Yes.
And then we couldn't find them.
Yes.
Some of them, they traced them to an unknown place. Now, when the tribunal is in, Ghanaians should listen. When the tribunal is in, now say in case say we are referring Honorable Afenyomakin to the tribunal system. Now, what is going to happen is that the tribunal, it consists of 3-member committee. And the 3-member committee, its chairman, he can be qualified to be a high court judge.
Okay.
Not just only member.
Okay.
And then society, and for example, and also be or hene ebe suggesting. And to sometimes I use the example the judge, a chief, and a doctor.
Okay.
So if these 3 people are sitting there, now say you the Honorable Afenyomakin, but say yeah findings me say containers be ayera. Now we deal with brand be you no tribunal doesn't give time for lawyer. Because tama wudu born no na lawyer be you.
Okay.
A lawyer system na ma na you be no question me kwa catch them lawyers and they'll be adjourning cases. Tribunal don't give time for that. The tribunal system when you start to case you start it until say you be into for example Honorable Afenyomakin met na say containers no now we are ECG board chair into there's nothing ebe koso e wa abra wunim. So were you aware of the container missing or not? The answer is yes or no.
Okay.
And you have to say I am filing for stay of execution for whatever. He can't say that.
Okay.
Into the question is yes or no. Into Suswan pa say sebio if say or your bia containers ni no nim or like can say lawyer system no akoka say me person me file it. And then tribunal is not going to give time to that. After the you say yes or no. Fine. When you were the ECG boss chair now, containers equify. So you see, it is going to be you and the law. No lawyer be there's no lawyer.
Amudin 7 and 10
before Obeko appeal of employee ye di was me so obedem.
Wow.
Before say Obeko appeal. They said that now you want to person stressy case no. Before so Obeko appeal na ye di was me
what Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ebe carry far a tribunal bill you were economic penny.
Yes.
And then Sasha said, do you think Sabia MPP for no war Oma ya boni bi and then I'm Alhaji Bawumia esuro se tribunal.
Exactly, because Honorable can say Dr. Mahmoud Alhaji Bawumia.
Yes.
I can say he was pushed to say so because the minority I have cited an example and say no correct say Honorable Afenyomakin ECG containers necessary say then it means he's going into less pressure for the for the tribunal not to pass. I can say Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yes.
The Palugu Dam when he sit before the tribunal, did you sign for the money or yet? No. Yes or no? And no more to say you turn those can say Bako 10 cedi. Anka Palugu Dam ni Juma. Anka nya say you turn those Bako 10 cedi. Into say season now. And na Palugu Dam catch us or beya manaya the irrigation in the dry season.
That was a multi-purpose dam.
You see, into Sakapalugu Dam ni Juma anka nya say na you turn those 15 cedis no. And again, say the next nas na bisa say gold for oil now wo ka say wo di fango e kwa brochire na wa kwa e wo di gold ko e kwa fa kwango aba no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e we he say yes or no. What you say?
Upon all the gold there be a code.
Yes, it's a yes or no. PDS it's a yes or no.
Wow.
And they know say most of them they are guilty of it. Until let's push for the tribunal not to be, because see, it is not easy to prosecute. It's not easy to prosecute a politician he just left power because Oscar. It is not easy. But the tribunal or him not to any man after the person now him not suggesting will not sit there for you to lie to the people.
Okay.
Because be bintin or him be suggesting a system. Yes, and I be bintin a man for because or him no ankasanya there. And you know that these people they don't malign themselves with politics much.
Wow.
Into they are afraid.
Good.
Yes.
So the original Eastern Regional Tribunal ambassador up no hini bi abenya sakonya na appoint me mpacho. Me pesa me mra na me metina enim ni NDP for.
And you know, one funny thing is, when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came in front of the camera,
yes,
I was expecting the president,
yes,
the vice president, to say, our social media commentators like myself, do your politics without insults. That was a time for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Obeyi ni din free say associating ni din. So you should have used that opportunity to talk to the social media.
But what we see is we show a fancy comedy, Ishmael, political movies. After say Omababe Didi atem Omaba can somewhere any media company for whom we are.
Yes. So we the society thinks that he endorsed it. So that moment no should have been a time for him. Obeka senkaka sa de we nko ade.
Mayimi hu afrim.
And again, when na ye wo krom ha obenpon.
Yes.
Ye wo krom ha na e ka say 99% of Ghanaians said that we did not like e-levy. No ni krom ha.
Sure.
Ye kofa honorable Kojo Kum. Na wo yare e wo fie e ba ye so ometo aba all because of e-levy. All because of e-levy. MPP for him be some penny for say MP ben and onya accident still ye didn't pass on meto
aba because of the passage of e-levy.
And then the reason is that they just a simple majority they had, they were not able to do anything better for Ghana. He was here when they were passing the you can say when Yabapa Kufuor was using the fast track court. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia didn't have a problem. He didn't have the problem in the passing of the I can't say e-levy. You were in this country when Parliament signed the anti-LGBT bill. Honorable Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, as a Muslim, did not even tell us his stance. And then when he went to the president, he was here when the president was writing letters from the Jubilee House not to bring it to the president to sign.
Yes.
He was here when a so-called person sent you to court. He never said anything. Everything which is under the interest of Ghanaians, he never said the word. But about tribunal system now, they are out there shouting, oral is dead. After
say who are not saying we. Yanka won't to me one sem kaka. The Accra High Court Monday ya. Mama Bernard and Jimo is yakon. A year chairman won't to me 20 years. Illegal mining activities. Of course. I was Samurai Boy. Then I'll come found fees.
You see the Samurai Boy issue, no? You see, like our honorable from your market is in Parliament. Yesterday he was in Parliament shouting free wound to me. I would have been happy if he was in Parliament shouting Ken Oforiatta is here. Go and question him. That was the worst I was expecting from honorable from your market, because the Samurai Boy issue now. Ye jelly chairman to me, no? Even in Ghana here, it was just 2 years. 3 years.
Yeah, 3 to
for
5,
illegal miners.
Yes,
And then you cannot tell me say chairman to me at the end of the day in so toy a whole Samurai Boy community in so de koy. You say we should leave him for what reason? Say emrano in semana MPP they are not Ghana nyomodia. Ghana is for Ghanaians. And nothing that they be make come as me say the youth of Ghana. If you are a youth, not so person join the political party. Learn the political history of the country before joining the political party. Anchor, yeah, omo joining MPP no. Come up and omo read the political party of Ghana. Omo MPP ni ahwa meto boabo no.
And omo join that.
No. Because MPP is a political party. That is why when I was starting the meals issue, I said we celebrate heroes, not traitors. Because it was omo ankasanka omo fair bearers and they sell Ghana to CIA. It was omo forebearers necessarily Ghana to CIA. We celebrate nation builders, not nation wreckers, in the sense that when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was leaving power, he left hospitals akese mienu ewo baby omo vote bank Ashanti region. Yes, after military hospital in Seria. Omo baye mo de mo nkwankwa mo fa materials nko gum na ehihye na enye adwuma keke omo so omo nye. They were wrecking nations here. Everything about them, everything about them, you finance minister Ojane. And you want to compare that political party to a political party which keep building the nation.
14 years after Professor John Evans Atta-Mills left us, I find that what endures most after his departure is not merely the memory of a president, but the memory of a man, a gentle soul, whose character was his greatest strength. Some leaders command attention by force of their personalities. President Mills commanded respect by the strength of his character and his values. He believed that kindness was not a weakness, and that humility was not timidity, and that decency was not incompatible with effective leadership. He demonstrated that one could occupy the highest office of the land without losing one's humanity. I had the rare privilege of serving by his side. Beyond the cabinet meetings, the official engagements, and the weighty affairs of state, I came to know a leader who listened more than he spoke, who reflected before he acted, and who never allowed the burdens of office to diminish his compassion for the ordinary people that he led. Professor Mills's leadership was anchored in conscience. In today's world, where our public discourse is often dominated by anger, division, and impatience, the life of President Mills reminds us that history ultimately judges leaders not by the volume of their voices, but by the depth of their convictions, not by the bitterness of political contests, but by the lasting impact of their service.